Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tareth through the campaign Alilopolis. Yeah, fuck a yo.
Dick.
Uh, The hand of fate tosses, the dice roll, spins, turns. The campaign starts and ends, leaving memories that become stories. Stories flow out into the infinite sea, painting it with legends. Legends wash up on the shores throughout the infinite sea, fading to myth, until myths are forgotten, and the campaign that gave it birth comes again. And again, the hand of fate tosses, the dice rolls, spins, turns. Hitherto, we left the rum rollers and the pink plush pig, the magical dance club in sORCrates. Enthralled with one of the side rooms, they experimented with the experience room, whilst Queen Phiada's guard discussed with them the plan to face the red dragon Shandar. The Queen Guard gave them a map to his island and pointed it out on their larger maps of Tareth. Afterwards, they summoned a few scenarios in the experience room, and the Rumrows discovered quickly they are not prepared for a battle with a red dragon, even a small one. The Rawlsons attempted to convince the Queen's Guard official to throw in one of the illusion experience room crystals to their deal with the Queen for Shandar's breath in exchange for the treasure that the Queen provided was going to provide as a 1% profit in the deals that they had negotiated. While discussing what to do with the experience room next, the Rumrollers greet a new companion, Zenora. Kat, Frederick, Mime, and the Rawlsons all introduce themselves and their current quandary, to which they proceed with the last call and closing the pink plush pig by summoning and interrogating and beating to death an illusion of Loki for information to hell. With Zenora's giant coin choosing then to emerge and finish Loki off by bisecting him, Mime collects the enormous coin with a ring of reasonable size. During the interrogations, they recorded a message for Flint's benefit in hell. After the mutilations of Loki and during the closing of the pink plush pig in the early morning hours, as the sun washes over the pink plush pig, the rum rollers deal with the Queen's Guard to borrow and crash at the crash pad of the Queens in the club, where they discussed and had Jeffery the Magnificent go out and try to find some nudies of Queen Phiada for Shandar, the Red Dragon, while also searching for Sir Ferrus Tellus for advice on how to retrieve Adüné from her bottle, so as to sail to Shandar's island off the coast of Gargantium. Jeffery the Magnificent leaves the room as the rest of the rum rollers pile onto Adüné's deck for some much-needed rest, leaving Zenora to ponder what in the actual fuck had she landed in. Find out what happens this time. So, yeah, you're on the decks of Adüné. The waves are washing up a side of it because you just walked out of the crew quarters where everybody had kind of stumbled into rooms either drunkenly or at least half exhausted, and or into a giant pile of vibrating cocks.
Plush cocks.
Mm-hmm. And you're probably enjoying the sound of the waves and the gulls in the background, and the fresh sea air that's washing and coming after that. Very startling.
Yeah, no, definitely gonna be walking out on there and am just like, oh my god, I killed a god.
Like under your breath, or
Like,
in your head.
No, it'll be out loud. It would be in one of those like when you talk to yourself over and over again because you can't believe it.
Okay. I think at that too, then even Adüné would recognize the 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 pacing as a sign of anxiety, and the fact that you're muttering to yourself. She would chime in softly into your head. Are you all right there, Zenora?
No. Show up on a ship. You get a lot of people that come just up here. Some of them tall. And go into portal from and the club giant coin kill got no not okay.
Oh, well, that's I'm sorry to hear. Is there anything that I could provide you with, maybe that would be soothing to you, or perhaps you would like to come in my other lower decks and maybe explore some of the other areas inside? I've got some interesting. I don't know if you've ever seen an engine like mine, and that sounds a little suggestive, but I am a ship, however, so I don't think we could get it on like that.
Thank you. I think I just need a moment. I'm
Well,
gonna like go up to the side of the ship, like over here, and just like lean over the side and just like soak in the peaceful environment that is currently around me for some sense of sanity.
and that
Please
was.
tell me the hermit crab like walks over to her.
I was just about to say something of the nature, because what actually would probably happen is Adune would trail off in your head, like with that well, okay. And when you're leaning over the rail, you see like a plank that's on the side of the vessel that you're standing on kind of morph to let so that there's a crab that was underwater that you're seeing, but it seems to shift above water, and then it's a hermit crab, you realize, as it comes above the waves and starts crawling up the side of the deck, or the side of the ship towards the deck, looking as if it's doing a little dance for you.
It's doing a dance?
Yeah, you know how hermit crabs move. It's kind of silly. It's got this little waddle to them, and then every now and again, they'll stop and start trying to grab things.
Is he like coming up onto the deck, or is he just like scurrying around?
Slowly but surely, it looks like he's making his way there. And then
Okay.
probably would, if you stand there long enough, come up to you and scuttle around your feet.
Yeah, I would let that happen. I feel like that's the most normal thing to happen here.
And you're just gonna
Yeah.
be like that for 8 hours, or?
Pretty much, probably, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, Zenora's not at a point where she's comfortable to ask questions.
Fair.
She kind of just got thrown into this and is very much kind of dealing with the fact that this is her situation now. She'll want to learn eventually, just not yet.
I think you would find the rest of the evening to go soothingly, although it's hard to tell if there is any actual day time in the place. The only thing that's telling you otherwise is the soreness in your legs from standing for longer, but the sun is ever present, but not blisteringly hot, just a nice cool. Every now and again there's a shade of a cloud, and always there's that calming sea breeze and waves. But yeah, that's how your time would pass, along with the hermit crab that's kind of like scuttling around your feet every now and again, nipping maybe at the bottom of your pant leg, like not actually like hurting it or anything, just like as almost if it's just trying to get your attention.
I would absolutely like crouch down to like poke at it occasionally when it wants attention.
And it doesn't really purr or anything, but it does seem to like enjoy the attention. It like stops moving and lets you pet it every now and again. But yeah, I guess if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. And then we'll go to Jeffery the Magnificent. I don't know if you have handy there, Yarl, the handout for sORCrates in Alalopolis, the map of
Let me
sORCrates.
see.
That's probably going to be the quickest way rather than going to each district and everything.
And well, so another option, we could retcon this if we want to and have all 3 siblings go. That way each of us could play somebody in like a Pikachu goes to the city adventure.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then I would suggest that we go the full Annie and we switched over to the different maps as we do it, because I've got the factory district, which is where where Ferrus is, and then we've got the market district, which is probably where you'll find some pretty cheap nudes. You figure, but those are the main 2 objectives. I don't know if you'd want to wander around anywhere else on the map that you see there, but
Let's see, I'm pulling up is it the sORCrates one or Capital City?
yep, sORCrates.
That's full of orcs.
Yeah, orc.
Orc. Okay.
I questioned whether
all right,
or not I should capitalize orc the whole time too. I was naming the city, but I was like, nope, it needs it. Just orc in the center of this word.
So I guess for you guys, if we're gonna do all 3 of them, for a little background, my character Yarl is the knight variant background, which gives you 3 like NPC attendants who are just regular Joe non-adventure NPCs that I chose to be his 3 siblings. He is the eldest, is the leader and protector, and then the 3 of them basically, support him, and then he supports them, type of deal. So outside of Grawl, there is Jeffery the Magnificent, who does not talk, and who is basically a mime, which is I found funny with the whole meme thing.
Yeah.
And then Yarl and Grawl, who are generic and don't really have personalities yet, so you get to give them personalities.
Ooh.
And pick which one you want to be.
I'll be Yarl.
Yes, that makes me growl.
Grawl.
Yarl.
All I've really come up with about them so far is that they're super curious because cats, and they have no concept of personal boundaries.
Are they orange cats?
Yes, very much. I would say, personality-wise, so far.
Are we orange cats? That means I get to be no brain cells. That sounds like fun.
Sure, we could be that.
Where are you guys headed first, then?
So assuming we have a little pouch of money or something like that, what is the first shiniest thing that we see Jeffrey sees as he walks out the door in the distance of the city?
In the distance, I was going to say you'd find some pretty shiny stones right as soon as you walk out on the ground, but they're paving stones, so you're wondering how you would even try to take them up or anything, but they're very shiny. They're like red and shiny for the red district that you're in.
Huh. I think Jeffrey will kind of like tap his nose at the others and then see if he can dig out like a crowbar or something from his backpack, since I assume they're utility NPCs. I should probably look and see what the night variant thing does. Night variant. And then kind of gesture to the others and like point out at the city, and then point at them and shrug my shoulders, and then do a little like dance to make it seem like I'm impersonating a girly photo.
Which they would more than likely understand at this point, having spent their whole lives with you, of let's go find the nudie photo.
Yep.
Yarl's gonna nod very enthusiastically and start looking around, like in the immediate area. Like Yarl expects a photo to just be like on the ground.
I will absolutely be joining in on that, except in the opposite direction. So he gets one side and I get the other.
Inherently, yeah, I feel like Yarl and Grawl would inherently understand they need to like they understand the mission. They need to like spread out, like split up. Everyone gets a different AOR.
I start marching the exact way that we just came.
Into the club.
I mean, that would be a good spot to find him. Maybe she signed one on the wall behind the bar.
Oh.
So it looks like each person gets a everybody gets proficiency with one set of like artisans, like a kit, like masonry or like crafting or like blacksmithing or.
Okay, I feel like you get to bestow those upon us.
Yeah, you should bestow who gets what.
Okay. Then let's see. I think. Where do we find toolkits? D&D 5e. All right, let's see. I think that Yarl is going to get Tinker Tools, and Grawl will get. Let's see. Either alchemy or forgery. Let's do forgery.
Nice.
So Grawl will have forgery set, and then Jeffery the Magnificent is going to have painting supplies.
Probably how he communicates the most.
Yeah.
I could just forge us dudes.
That's true.
With the
But we'd
painters
have to
we can
get-
paint them.
Ooh.
Art piece, boudoir set.
Jeffery the Magnificent is gonna tap his nose and nod along, but then kind of think to himself and point at you guys and like kind of sign. But what do we know what she looks like? Nude.
Oh shit.
Is she sleeping somewhere? No, that'd be awful.
Yeah, I feel like if Jeffrey tried to paint a nude of the queen, it would be like a human head and then just like a cat body.
6 sets of
Like
tits.
furless.
Or 3 sets of tits.
Yeah.
That's what humans look like, right? Or orcs.
Is there a strip club nearby that would have an orc?
Jeffrey nods. Probably. A photo of at least the queen's head and maybe like general body shape, and then we need to go to the strip club, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Or should
I think that's the best option.
Yeah, I think that's the best option. Yeah. We're gonna spend all of the money. We need to draw you for the next hour. Well, that's gonna be a lot of money. It's a lot of dances.
We just book a private room.
You guys have control of the characters that I was able to?
Wait. Jeffrey's gonna stop mid stride, turn around, and then sign to you guys. What about the illusion room?
It's still there, right?
I think so.
You guys look back at the door that's closed, and it seems to be locked. Even and I forget which one's which now already, but whichever one of you went back towards the pink
That
fluff
was
pig
me.
realized. Yeah, I just don't remember which was the name of the
Grawl.
Grawl. There we go. Grawl. When Grawl went back to check the door, it was locked. Or surprisingly. And Jeffrey, being probably the most level-headed, the one that's got the brain cell today, probably remembers that there was a code of some sort with the pigs.
He walks up to the pig, tries to remember. Wasn't it that we hit the pig? Didn't we hit the pig?
I'm gonna walk up and tickle one of the pigs under the chin.
The statue doesn't respond. You could roll me a history if you wanted there, Jeffrey, but and a performance, if which I'm guessing is just a D20 plus Rarl's specific abilities is how we've been rolling it, and Rarl is
Sure.
when it comes to performance.
Yeah, so performance, I have a +6.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And a history, I have a +1, so I'll roll my history. Two. Let's go! Question? No idea.
Yeah, pretty much. You're just like, you kind of remember them slapping the pigs around a bit, but did you roll that performance, Yarl?
So I'll roll a 20.
And
What
plus
is
6.
the
+6.
17.
17?
Nice.
You're stroking under the chin of the pig, and it seems to flash almost as if it were a real pig for a second. Not in your vision per se, but more so in your hand, because the stone sort of flakes away under your hand, and you hear it just kind of squeak, and the door cracks open.
Ooh. I'm gonna walk up and gently press on the door. See if it opens more.
It does open. All the lights are out inside though, and it looks like when you open the door, everybody's definitely gone home, including all of the bartenders and such. And there's like one janitor orc out on the floor, like, huh? Sweeping up some of the trash that'd been left behind the night before.
I'm gonna, like, put only half of myself into the door. Like, I'm gonna keep as much of myself outside the door as I can because I'm not sure of the situation. Be like, hello, Mr. Kind Sir. Mr. Kind Sir, there is a room in this establishment that does illusions. My compatriots and I would like to utilize one of these illusions. Would that be possible?
I think that's above my pay grade. And just keep sweeping.
So that means yes.
Back through the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and relay and said they didn't say no.
That means yes.
That means yes.
All right, so I'm gonna open the
We're
door and
running.
hold it open for the other two Rawlsons to go through.
And we're going back into the club.
Woohoo!
Immediately turn around. Realize we have exactly what we need. Well, we
Gotta
think we do.
quickly
We haven't ever
put all
seen
the-
We are
the.
going to forge the
nude,
best
though.
nudes that you've ever seen.
We
Is
could go
it-
out
wait,
and
are
try
there
to help
any-
Adüné too.
Yeah, we do need to find the other guy. What was his name? To tell us how to get her out of the bottle.
Uh-huh.
Then
So
again,
that's the
coming
reason
in
we could go out.
my mind and yeah,
Oh.
but that's definitely not that guy's name.
Power flickered out of nowhere. Looks like Josh has lost connection for a second.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Booting back up. Do we have... What are the other goals that we have? We could try to go to the library to learn more about red dragons as 3 chaos cats. Go to the public
We should go
library.
find.
I would go
What's
to the
his
public
face?
library to go play with the books. I don't know about learning.
They just came in and just started knocking all the books down.
Everything that
book.
was on the table, off the table.
Yeah. No items can be on shelves. Every flat surface needs to be clear.
Exactly.
Boop.
Kiss is considered adventuring gear.
Is what?
I'm trying to figure out what's in the Tinker's tool set, and so I'm now on like equipment on D&D Beyond, and apparently an abacus counts as equipment. It's adventuring gear.
Oh. I can do math.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, I think I got back on. Sorry about that.
Oh, good.
Lost power there for a second. I don't know if you've seen the chat, but it was
Yeah.
just like random
Yeah.
too.
Gotta love that.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
We decided
Probably-
we're gonna go knock all the books off of shelves in a library.
Trying to find stuff about red dragons.
Oh, okay.
But
You're gonna-
instead, books.
Well, after
Off.
we forge this,
Yeah, no,
These
we're
nudies.
forging the nudes.
I was gonna say because yeah, it's not likely that there's books inside of this dance club.
If there
Right.
are any, they're gonna go off the shelf.
I mean, what's on the tables?
Yeah, are the surfaces holding things? Because they shouldn't be.
every
Yeah,
service we walk by, we just knock everything off.
It's like walking with your arms out and just like going down a line of stuff.
Not currently. It does look like they've
No, did we lose him again?
Oh, I think we lost him again. If they
Gone,
have
but
any
not
alcohol,
forgotten.
if they have any alcohol bottles on display, I'm 100% knocking those over. I hope we're ready to pay that fee.
Definitely
I
not.
mean,
Somebody has
This is
gold.
what happens when you give me the power of a chaotic cat.
yep.
He's typing.
Like every time Jeffrey and his siblings get sent out to do a basic task, it's a whole sub adventure
As
of
it
them just
should be.
getting into ridiculous shit.
Yep, and they come back and nobody knows anything about it because they still like achieve the objective in a way that's satisfactory.
I think our objective will be achieved with these forged nudes and also knocking everything off at the same time. So, like, perfect
Nobody
day.
needs to know about that.
Yeah.
We don't need to report
They're just
that
gonna
back to the
come
party.
back to, like, 1,000 gold tab and not know why. No words will be spoken. We
I
just
mean,
point to-
everybody was drinking last night. Let me tell you.
Exactly.
Who can say where this tab came from? If it even gets correctly attributed to us, you know?
So yeah, no one's here. No one's
Who's
gonna
here?
watch me knock all the alcohol off of the shelves.
They can't prove it. Pixart didn't, or Pixart's not real.
Sir, it didn't happen.
Yep.
And I'm not forging myself knocking over the bottles.
Nope.
Ooh,
As long as Jeffrey doesn't paint it.
it's true. They're little
And if the
cameras. He'll paint like a
questioning-
little scene of the bar and just stick it in
It'll be
front of
like
the
in the
camera.
background of the nudes is like is Grawl knocking over the alcohol bottle.
Yeah, I think there should definitely be cats in the background of the Queen's nude picture. I don't know what
Yes,
they're doing,
absolutely.
but they should definitely be in the background.
Yep.
And if anyone asks any questions, we point to Jeffrey, and they'll just know they're never going to get answers.
Yeah, Jeffrey we'll just say Jeffrey knows. Jeffrey explains everything, and we'll walk away. It'll be great.
And he'll just like put his hand on his shoulder and just like look deeply into their eyes.
Telepathically communicate everything, but they never actually receive the message.
Yep. Slap him lightly on the cheek and walk away.
Yeah.
I think with these descriptions, I think you guys have already drawn it by this point. You didn't even.
Oh,
need to
I'm
do
knocking
the
every
narrative.
alcohol bottle off of the shelf. Every single one.
That was the best response ever. Just
Because it's a bar, so they obviously have them on display. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna see that and say that can't be.
This is how you get arrested.
The orc that is the one cleaning for the evening with his broom just looks over at you doing such, and he goes, "Oh, well, they don't pay me enough for this shit," and just keeps on sweeping.
Perfect. I got away with it. We speak no words of this. If they ask, we say, ask Jeffrey.
your Earl knows that the room is vaguely this way, so it's gonna, not in a direct line. Whoop. Gonna obviously get as close. The orc that's cleaning, gonna get as close to his feet as humanly possible. Walk right in front of him. And step out of the way quickly before any real damage happens. At least
Before
to
he
Yarl.
actually steps on him.
Yeah. I don't know what that does for the orc, but they continue to just like
It annoys him.
haphazardly saunter in the direction that Yarl thinks the room is in.
Yeah, I am going along the line of the bar to knock down every bottle. Success.
Jeffrey's gonna stack all of these chairs in a tower. And then precariously sit on the top and just begin yowling. Whoa! Whoa!
I think we lost him again, and he's missing all of this.
Poor Josh. I don't know if his
Oh.
recorder is on either, because he's probably losing it.
Fun. I feel like Craig is like
He's just gonna get back, and every time it's just gonna get worse.
No, it really is. Because now it's not just the bottles on the ground. The chairs are stacked. I don't know if Craig works the same as like other recording bots, but normally they keep recording every single one until like everyone leaves, and then they like DM it to the person who started it.
Gotcha. He's
So
still in
maybe-
the conversation. If you look at the voice chat, like Craig is there.
Yeah, no, he's still recording, so it should be fine. He'll just get to listen back to all of this. We just won't tell
Yeah.
him about the
Yeah, just don't say
No.
anything about these, and then we'll see if he notices.
he's gonna join back in, and you have to start yelling again. It's to fill the time.
I heard a bedink.
Yeah.
I did hear of a dink.
Seems like it's my computer, but I'm hoping it's not fully dead yet, and it's just another slowly dying power supply. But third time, right?
Oh,
Mm.
Bad.
And scene begins again.
Jeffrey's now on top of a bunch of stacked chairs in the corner of the room. He's climbed up to the top, precariously so, and now is concerned about how to get down.
Oh, did we lose him again?
I think we
Oh
did.
no.
Ugh.
He keeps missing out on the best part.
I'm gonna kick flip off and try to land on the ground, scattering them everywhere on the ground. As I try to jump up and I think grab onto like the whatever the light thing is up here.
That might be a pattern on the floor, but I'm assuming this is a club
That-
with a disco ball.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
actually a giant crystal as a disco ball, so to say, in the center of that you can. How high did you pile these chairs? I mean,
He took every chair
There's-
that was there.
There's
and
four.
stacked
There's
them.
eight chairs, and I stacked them all up and then climbed up.
while you're doing that, you just also hear the janitor like mumbling more so like, "Oh my god, and they're gonna have to make me clean all this up when I come back and fucking rock crystal magic fucking users."
And while he's mumbling, so as Yarl is heading in the direction of the illusion room, where they think the illusion room is, gets as close as possible to this janitor's feet. Right, just like right up, all in his personal space, right next to his feet. And I don't know what the orc's reaction is going to be, but if there's any adverse effects or like before any even unintentional adverse effects, just like quickly darts out of the way and continues on.
Into the illusion room, or I missed that.
Just like away from the orc. Yeah, towards the
Oh.
north end of the room or the top of the
Gotcha.
room, whatever.
distancing.
Not quite in the room yet, because I don't remember if the brothers were in the illusion room.
Um,
Like, do
I don't-
Yarl and
I
Rawl
think-
know? Or Rawl?
I sent
They
the
were.
they were like outside, I think, but I didn't let them
They would have
inside.
seen everyone go in, I would think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. So
they're
yeah, that's where Yarl's
non-combat
trying to go.
like NPCs. So I try to keep them out of combat.
Wait, is Jeffrey hanging still?
Is Jeffrey hanging?
Actually, I was going to ask if Jeffrey could roll me a skill there, and I'm blanking exactly on what I'd want, but probably something along the lines of a sleight of hand as you're stacking the chairs to get them up high enough to, all of them. You're being careful more than likely on trying how to get them to stack.
Oh my
Sure.
gosh.
And then once he gets to the top and yowls a lot, he's gonna kick off and try to land or jump onto the crystal because it looks warm.
Yeah, that's a lovely 24 sleight of hand for Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
I'm very good at. They're very good at what they're good at.
So yeah, you definitely managed that right all the way up to the crystal. It's basically with the last chair, you're just standing on it almost without realizing that you're standing on anything besides ground and able to basically hug the crystal that's in the air, probably a good 20 feet in the air.
Is it warm?
It isn't, but it is got a vibrating sensation to it that you like. It's more of a humming, I guess you would say, less than than vibrating.
Jeffrey's gonna take out his painter's set, and then he's gonna paint the three of their names on the top of the crystal so that it would be hard to see by other people. And then he will kickflip off the tables, specifically doing it in a way that they topple down and land on the ground and go to the illusion room.
Definitely an acrobatics there, as well as might as well roll me the skill that is associated with that artisan craft, which I'm guessing
Sure.
would be some sort of dexterity, but I'm not.
I'll look it up. Painter's supplies.
I think normally you roll a d20 and you add your proficiency bonus when it comes to like tools you're proficient in.
All right,
But
so
the
here's
proficiency
Dax.
bonus is what I'm curious. Which one?
Proficiency. Oh, well, no, it's just a d20 and proficiency. You don't add like a modifier, I don't think.
Oh, so you
Just
don't have.
says
So you.
lets you add proficiency to any ability checks you make using the tools in your craft. Oh. Wait. So maybe it's performance? Or sleight of hand? They're the same,
That would
though,
make
for me.
Yeah, that makes it easy then, because I was going to say a performance for the scenario, but it doesn't matter
Yeah.
either way.
I'll just do a performance. Ooh. 8 for the performance, 17 for the acrobatics.
It looks like your first graffiti that you've possibly done, but for being your first, not so bad. It's legible close up, down on the floor after you've sufficiently backflipped and landed on your feet, all four of them, and are staring up at it. You're wondering whether or not anybody could actually read it or understand what it says, at least. But who cares?
He nods to himself, walks up to the janitor, and then I think Jeffrey probably has the bag of money that he was given to like go buy these supplies. He just pulls like a handful of whatever's in there out and gives it to the janitor, and then walks away. And then his tail hits the janitor's hand to make the coins fall out and fall on the ground.
Oh. So a sleight of hand for that last part, I guess, and a 24. Okay, yeah. So you get it knocked
It
out
did
of his
seem like
hand.
an accident. Yeah.
However many it was that you grabbed out of there, we're gonna say like not 9 gold coins.
Nice.
Clink onto the floor.
And then he scampers away up to the illusion room.
Then he goes, "Well, I guess that's enough to deal with it." And he picks it up. He gets down on one knee and starts picking him up and putting him in his pocket. Is Grawl finished knocking bottles off?
Yes, I ran down the line of the whole bar and then just stopped right in front of the illusion room.
All right. So you guys are in front of the illusion room, and you vaguely recall the Queen's Guard utilizing a panel on the left side of the door there to activate it somehow. They'd drawn some stuff on it, it looked like, to make something come to life in the room.
I didn't realize we didn't know how it worked. We didn't get that part.
Yes. So Yarl's just gonna go into the room first, right? So that's all that they saw, that Yarl saw, right? He saw. Was everyone go into the room? So it just goes in and sees this. I don't know if what we see here is actually in there, right? Curls up on this couch, just lays there for a while and looks at the door, waits for the other two.
Jeffrey's gonna approach the panel and turn to oh goodness. Which one
Grawl.
Which one are you?
We're the one Grawl is the one outside.
And kind of gesture at this panel, and then kind of makes a little drawing motion in the air, and then pushes, just taps the panel, see if it does anything.
The black mirror, it looks like, on the wall wakes up, and instead of being a reflection of yourself on it, there seems to be some sort of interface across it with simply the last thing actually being is a faded out image of a chopped in half Loki with a start session again on top of it. And there's this
Jeffrey's
little probably.
gonna...
What does the words look like? Does it look like a big red button?
No, it's a grayed out little box on top of the
okay,
illustration.
lame. I don't want to push it.
And then there is a big red X in the corner of the screen.
I'm pushing it. It's red.
And the image of Loki goes away, and the popped up message goes away, and there's just a blank white screen in front of you. It looks like that doesn't have any sort of anything on it after you pressed it. You only pressed it once, right?
Yes, I only pressed it once.
Okay, then yeah, that's what you're seeing right now.
Alarmed that the image has disappeared, Jeffrey's gonna try to look behind the panel to see if it went back there.
I'm gonna poke my head into the room and see if he's in there.
No, you just see Yarl lounging on the couch, probably cleaning the back of their palms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there... If we touch the screen...
Yeah, I was gonna say, he made the drawing motion, and I'm immediately gonna wanna, after I push the button and the chopped in half Loki is nowhere to be found, I'll just put my paw on the white area, like over in the side, and then remove it.
What do you have in your mind at that instant, too?
No, there's no thoughts in this head.
Meow.
I actually okay. I'd imagine like drawing, like literally be like drawing. Nothing, no specific person, nothing like that. Just the motion of drawing or the idea of drawing while the
And
paw goes on.
kind of shimmering at first, but just on the you're seeing Yarl. I think Jeffrey, did you stay in there? It sounded like too in the room.
No. I wasn't going behind the panel. I was looking to see if, like, you know how cats try to look behind the screen of something? He's trying to look behind the physical panel on the exterior wall.
which is
I was
like
the one that
in-
popped my head in and then popped back out.
but it was the screen is like right here on this wall on the left side of the door, and behind the screen is like recessed into the wall.
Then yeah, he
Would-
probably popped his head in to look.
Okay.
And
But
probably is
came
still
back
there.
around. But came back around probably
Yeah.
to the stand. Okay, never mind then. So just Yarl then is experiencing Jeffery the Magnificent, more than likely, being the object of most visible to Grawl. Very sketchy though. Like the edges of Yarl, or I mean Jeffery, are all like as if somebody had just drawn him. Like very sketchy.
So Jeffrey appears. So I see, because I was wondering what happens to people that are in the room when the illusion is being created. So I see Jeffrey appear, except Jeffrey obviously looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, pretty much. His colors are probably even a little more faded than usual.
Okay. So I'm gonna look up from what I'm doing, cleaning, whatever, and just stare at it. And my eyes are gonna get real big. I'm gonna like freeze and stare at this thing because I recognize it, but it's not what I know.
Kind of does the same thing at you, staring at you, like you staring at
My
it.
my tail's gonna get all puffy. My like fur is gonna stand on end. I'm gonna jump up on 4 paws.
You hissing?
Not quite hissing yet, but almost. We're almost there.
You just hear, probably from the outside of the room too, a very loud yowl, not like a distressed meow, just
Yep.
A bastardized meow.
yeah.
Jeffrey's gonna pile in hearing a yowl and then also immediately poof up.
Immediately what?
Like poof up.
Poof up. Yeah. Okay.
What does the panel look like now?
On the panel itself is, besides the paw print that was left behind from your hand, there seems to have been some lines drawn from that paw print off to a side to an image of one of the Rawlsons, which it's hard to tell from the drawing, but there is one distinctive mark that Grawl is able to pick up to be Yarl on like his left ear or something. I mean Jeffrey, sorry.
Interesting. Is there a red X?
There isn't currently right now.
I would have been excited about the red X. Although now there's a paw print, and that's kind of weird because that looked like my paw. I want to put my paw on it again.
And the lines kind of flow back into the palm. and the second Jeffrey in the room just fades away.
Oh, Yarl's just real freaked out because they were staring at the cartoon Jeffrey. I watched the other Jeffrey enter the room and then got even more confused than they were before, and like just kind of like looked back and forth, but more intent on the cartoon Jeffrey because that is the strange, unknown entity. But then it faded away. Right, and so like immediately some of the standoff is gonna go down, but still very confused, and so the Yarl's gonna jump over onto the table that the other one was on and just like sniff around. I don't know if I find
So
anything
when I
there.
remove my paw this time, what's there?
And did you have anything in mind this time at all?
No, I'd probably say, if anything, it's literally just like, ooh, paw print. And then, putting it down.
There was just like an error message on the screen.
Is it red?
It's very much got a red triangle of sorts. That's like that's saying basically something along the lines of like, please input desires and preferably a sketch.
Oh. I'm gonna be like, hey, out here, calling to the other two.
Since I'm not seeing anything or finding anything on this table, I'm just gonna like chalk it up to weird and come back out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you wouldn't even get a scent when you were sniffing around of another cat.
Yeah, it's just
pointing to the message.
Aliens.
Let me read the message.
Oh, Yarl's gonna put their paw up and think of a large saucer of warm milk.
Inside the room, it outflows from the paw print a sketch on the screen that materializes into a very solid form in the room of warm saucer of milk with a bit of steam coming off of it.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
Yarl's
upping
gonna
in on
look
that
over
too.
and run up to it. So when Yarl interacts with the milk, is it like it's real? Is it like, can they actually drink the milk?
Yeah, feels like they're drinking the milk.
Does it satisfy their hunger?
It doesn't quite seem to do that.
Huh.
Lame. I'm gonna splash my paw in it, annoyed.
It takes you a while to figure this out though, because there's a lot of lapping that has to happen.
Yeah.
Because it tastes good, right? But
yeah, does it taste good? Can we taste it?
Yeah. It tastes like a nice warm yak's milk.
Oh, nice.
It's just not satisfying.
It's not satisfying. I'm bored.
It's not filling. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a red X?
This time it does seem like that there's a red X that
I push it immediately.
We've defeated the bowl of milk.
I'm gonna turn to Jeffrey and I'm gonna be like, what were we here for?
Jeffrey makes the girly figure, or the girly photo figure, and then he's gonna step up and
look around and be like, wait, who spent the most time with the queen? Who knows what the queen looks like?
I think we would have all seen her, right?
Oh yeah.
What if we all three put our impressions of the queen in at the same time? That'll give us the most accurate picture.
I like that.
I think that's genius. We should do it.
Yep. Group check.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, come closer, Jeffrey.
We all can hold hands and do it.
Yes. Well, we can't all hold hands. I'll hold
Oh.
Growl's tail.
I love that.
Or
And
yeah,
I'll
actually,
hold,
Jeffrey and Yarl might have to hold on to Growl's tail, and then because we all have to have one free hand to put on.
We
Yep.
can just make sure our like side, I guess our pinky on our paw, I guess technically, are all like touching each other.
We put them up. Yeah. Okay, so we should put a paw up, and all of our paws should be touching side by side, and then we can put all 3 paws on at the same time.
Yeah.
And this
I
is remember
agree.
the queen naked, the queen naked.
Naked
Naked queen.
queen.
I think I'm gonna
On
need
the
a
count of
history
3,
check
should we do
for
this on the
everything.
count of 3?
Oh, we need a history check.
Yeah, but on the count of 3,
Lame.
it sounds like.
Yeah.
All
Who's
right.
doing the
Come on.
On the count
counting?
of 3. 1,
2,
2, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Other than Yarl, it looks like that all turned out pretty good. Yarl gets distracted by a fly, or probably like a moth or something, as it's going down to touch the screen, and swats at it instead. But the other 2 seem to have been able to place their paws on it and recollect the queen pretty vividly, especially from the time that she showed up in the VIP room with her tits out and ass out, as part of her dress. That was just how she was dressing that evening for the party. And
Nice.
As one does.
and
You don't go to parties like that? What kind of life are you living?
Quiet one, unfortunately.
and in the room, you just hear a large belch.
Oh yeah.
Poke our heads in.
Yep. Poke the head in.
And you're seeing a very inebriated and intoxicated Queen Phiada, completely nude with her hair done up, like posing like one of your French women.
I'm gonna
On the
very
sofa.
violently tap on Jeffrey, like a write that down type of thing for like the painting.
Yeah,
Got
Yarl
it.
is like, my work here is done. I was just gonna saunter into the room and curl up on this couch again, and not sleep, but like watch very intently everything that's happening.
You mean like one of the chairs, or like right next to Queen Phiada?
Right next to Queen Phiada.
Oh, okay. And she's like
She
yawning. Starts petting the cat. Oh, you're such a nice kitty. Would you like some MSG?
I'm good. Thank you, my queen.
And she goes, well, that's too bad. And she like pulls one of the her strands of hair behind her ear, and you see her take like a little capsule from there and pop it in her mouth, and you see her eyes go wide. Or her
I'm assuming Jeffrey and Grawl are working hard to forge these nudes.
That, and I was gonna turn to Grawl, and then kind of mime out or like sign out. Should we write a love letter or a letter of desire from the queen to the dragon?
I mean, we could just
That's smart.
we could just have the queen come up with. We can just ask the queen to say what she would say.
Wait, I'm gonna go
That's
up to the
true.
queen and hand her. I would assume this forgery kit comes with paper, and have her write her name on it, or like ask her
so
to at the
you
very
ask her
least.
you ask her to sign her name, and she goes, what is this for? What, dearie?
I'm a
You are.
big fan.
Oh, sorry. It's this MSG. It's got me all good and going good. I was just falling asleep, but now I'm awake. And what is this for?
I'm gonna turn to Jeffrey with a very exasperated look.
I'm gonna look up to her and I'm gonna say, "It's for the good of the kingdom. You have a secret admirer who would love to know more."
Oh, we're just telling her the truth. All right.
What's
Jeffrey's
your
gonna.
what's your per?
I'm assuming this is gonna be flattering to the queen, right? That's my hope here.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know if what we're doing is actually for the good of the kingdom, but I'm assuming she's invested in the good of the kingdom and that she'd be flattered to have a sacred admirer.
Let's go with persuasion. Actually, then, what's your persuasion? Roll. 6. So yeah,
Let's
go
go
ahead.
charisma.
7,
Oh shit.
9,
Talking about
9.
3, that's not good.
Ooh.
9. So he goes, let's do this first. Let's just or she's going to be rolling with disadvantage.
Oh yeah, 'cause she's on drugs.
Drugs.
Ooh.
Ooh, 9.
Yeah, so she just goes, whatever, and just, where's the quill?
Oh, I'll hunt her the quill.
Yay,
And she-
drugs.
She just signs quickly. It kind of looks a little shaky, but probably
I'll take it.
is
I can use that.
believable.
Yeah, I can use that. And I'm assuming, would I be able to like mimic handwriting with that if I'm proficient in a forgery kit? Like make a little message in a similar fashion of her handwriting?
I think that's what the forgery kit does, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a role will get associated with that whenever it gets presented. I think that'll be the easiest thing to do because I won't remember what the hell you rolled for tonight. But
Yeah. We can do that. We'll just, I will make like a little message that's like, oh, what should it say?
You got time
My
to think.
dearest dragon
Yeah.
boy, if you give these people all of your money, I will give you the biggest blowjob.
I don't
Right? No.
I don't think she wants the money. I think she wants the other things. But
Oh yeah,
we'll
the breath.
yeah.
If you blow me your breath, I'll blow you.
That I would say I was doing something like that. It'd be like strange
But
blow
poetry.
for blow. Wink.
Blow for blow.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh shit.
We'll
If
figure
you
it
give
out
me
when
your
it comes
breath,
to
I'll
it.
let you take my breath away. Something like that.
Oh,
Ooh.
that was a good one.
Might want to write that one down because I'm not remembering.
I typed it up.
Yeah, it's
I
presuming
already
that
forgot it. Fuck.
exactly. Like Mimi's got you.
So you give me
There.
your breath, I'll let you take my breath. Okay. Love, Queenie.
But you don't. Would it be a sleight of hand again for you on that
Forgery?
nude painting there, Jeffrey? Or are we going to need to create some side skills for your?
Let me look.
I
don't
think
know if
that's
that-
how it normally works is like it's just a flat like skill check of a d20 and you add your proficiency normally when it comes to using kits.
Yeah. Well, I was mentioning because in the future, this is where things like this become advantageous for the rest of the gameplay. Because what you can do in the future specifically is if you create a special skill for each one of them, and you're like not necessarily for each cat, but you just put it under your skill set of of that they're proficient with, and that way you have a specific role for forgery paintings, and you can just click on that.
So what I'm reading online is essentially it's like a dex check plus your proficiency because of that, but it's that essentially is a skill and like the definition of a skill in here.
Right.
Just...
So I mean, it's dealer's choice how you wanna keep track of it, but it was just my suggestion if you wanted to make it an actual skill, because we are letting that be a thing, because it makes it really easy to keep track of things, in my opinion, when you create those specialty skills that you can just.
Yeah. Well, so in either case, it's going to be a +6 because it's Dex plus proficiency, which is the same as the rest of my persuasion or my charisma stuff. So, I'll just roll a sleight of hand because that's going to give me the modifier, and then if I end up using this more, I'll make a skill out of after today, kind of like I did for crafting.
Yep.
And partway through, I will kind of like flip the painting to show the queen if she gets curious, just to like so she's aware of what's happening.
Let's vibe check the queen here.
She's on drugs. There's no need to vibe check.
It's with advantage, right?
Good vibes.
Yeah, so she's like, she sees what you're doing there and goes, "Oh, well, that's quite flattering. Although my left nipple's a little off. Could you get that right in the next one?"
He nods solemnly. Also, like, is it Yarl that's sleeping with her?
Yes.
Yeah, Yarl's there, like, curled up, saw an opportunity to get pet, and is now realizing, advantageously, this is keeping the queen occupied, right? That she has
And
a cat,
also
like,
is
so
going
she's
to
not...
get our cat cameo in the photo.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. She's Cat is definitely in the photo. Or Yarl is definitely in the photo, kind of on the queen's lap, like seductively half hiding her bits.
Gotcha.
Hiding the pussy with a pussy.
Oh, tasteful nudes. Love
tasteful.
Perfect. Also, the best way to keep someone still is to put a cat on their lap. You can't move when there's a cat on your lap.
So I'll roll for that. 19.
Ooh.
Okay. I would say you got it 99.9% correct. You're worried about how the hair looks yourself as Jeffrey being a perfectionist, but look, you turn it around for the queen this time and goes, "Oh, yes, that is exactly right. I'm just gonna take a nap here."
He nods. Jeffrey touches his nose. Well, no, Jeffrey wouldn't be that kind of person. We could get some easy experience here, but I think we've got the letter and the nude now.
We have what we need?
I think we do, right? We have the nude and we have the letter forged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We let the queen sleep now. Let us move on to the next task.
All right, next task. Looking around, Jeffrey's gonna turn to the others and then point at the letter and then point specifically at the forged signature at the bottom of the queen and then sign, "Do you think maybe we could use this to get Adüné out as a surprise for everyone?"
What do you mean?
Like go find someone who can get her out and then use the queen's forged signature to make like an order for the person to like remove her.
Oh, that's very smart. I like this. Yes.
So
Yeah, I'm assuming that Adüné has provided the Rawlsons with like endless tuna the whole time we've been on board, and so that the Rawlsons are very invested in Adüné's happiness. Yeah.
I mean, that's their den.
Yeah.
Because the agreement,
the group
the agreement the group made, if I'm right, was that we were going to get Adüné to become a flying ship after we do this
Yes.
deal, not that
Yes.
she was going to get released.
No. Yeah. So I don't know.
We had to find a way to get her released first.
Right. And there was the guy that gave us the way to make the calling cards that came to the castle with us to get the queen in the first place.
Yeah.
We need to go find him. I forget what his name is.
That is a good question. I also do not know his name.
Oh, as I said.
Huh?
What?
During the recap, but I can.
You did
I-
say recap, and I still don't remember what it is.
We've been knocking over a lot of things as cats. We don't remember names.
It's fair. We could.
I'll write it down.
Let's
Also-
see. Is there a handout?
Also,
NPC.
no, there is not. There is not a handout for all the NPCs. I wish I had the time. I was going to say you could give me a history check just to say that, because of the fact too that they probably wouldn't have been paying that much attention as Rawlson would, being that he was the leader and they're just kind of like tagging along.
Yep.
Is my thought.
So part of it is more trying to remember where in the city they were.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna roll. I think we can all roll a history check, or no?
You could all
Howard.
roll.
So I have a +1 to history.
Fun.
We're screwed.
Yep.
I got a
I don't
1.
know shit, bro. I got a 4.
I
We
got
got
a
an
Well,
11.
maybe we'll find
Yeah.
clues once we're outside. Maybe the street
Well-
will lead us.
Grawl specifically remembers the fact. No, Yarl. It's Yarl. I get
Yeah,
it.
Yarl knows.
Yarl.
Grawl doesn't know
Yarl.
shit. Grawl has a 4
Yarl.
to anything.
Yarl knows that it was for sure in the factory district that Ferrus normally lived and works and everything like that. That's where they met him. But also knows that they'd gotten there by carriage and they don't have Timothy's card, their driver, who they reserved for the night, but also the night and the day. But the night and the day are over now too, so not sure if that card would even work. But also remembers there's a card somewhere. Doesn't know who has it for Ferrus. Sir Ferrus Tellus is his name, but probably don't remember that particular detail
Well, shit.
with those rolls.
Well, we're writing it down anyway for the players to know.
Well, let's forge the most of the letter.
Yeah, let's
first.
forge the note that we're gonna need to get Adüné
All right.
released, or to convince somebody to help us release Adüné.
Let's see how we do with that. Oh, you spelled it wrong.
First.
Bruce. Okay, so it's a +6. You said for our ability rolls right now. Okay, let's hope the dice are nice. The dice are nice. That would
19.
be 19.
Pretty nice. So it's very close to the Queen's writing that you'd picked up from the illusion. The shakiness is out of the hand. Obviously, you're wondering whether or not you need to do some MSG to get that shakiness in there, or what. But
MSG. Jeffrey turns to the others and signs, "Should we climb a tall tree to see if we can see where we went?"
Ooh, tall tree.
Assuming a
Jarl's
tall
just
tree in the city means
gonna-
a building.
Yarl's gonna suggest that we just jump on every carriage we see. Just like jump on the back or like underneath somewhere and just ride it and see if it takes us to Ferrus.
We should go
Hmm.
see if there's carriages first, though. Going through.
Yeah, maybe that's the first.
We
go.
saw this
Let's go.
person though, didn't we?
Okay. Yes.
Jeffrey's gonna
We
walk
spent
up
lots
to
of
this
time
to this janitor, tap him on the shoulder, and kind of half pull him to the illusion door,
what are you doing?
and then put his hand on the panel thing and think of the guy, and then show him in the room.
The guy and the carriage.
The guy and the oh, wait.
They would be
Which
like
one would be
associated
that?
together in our minds.
That's true. So it'd be
That's
like,
the guy dropped us off.
well, I think I'm thinking of Ferrus first because that's the guy we're after. And he was here, wasn't he?
No.
I don't think he came inside. I think he
Oh.
was because he drove the carriage, right?
Ferrus
He just like
did
dropped
not.
us off.
No.
That was
Oh no.
Ferrus is the artificer that we brought along
to the queen.
to the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't his carriage.
I think the
No,
carriage was just
Timothy.
a taxi.
Yeah, Timothy was the taxi driver.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so not the carriage. Just
Mhm.
Ferris. Did Ferris come into the pink pig?
Mm-mm. He made a deal with the queen to manufacture all the
Oh.
all the stuff
Wait, is the queen still in there?
in the pink plush pig.
In the illusion room.
She is sleeping for sure, and there is a red X on the screen.
Instead of doing what I said I was
Red
going to do,
X!
I'll step in and try to question rouse the queen, and then sign to her that we're looking for Ferrus. But I assume the button get pushed first.
Whoopsie, sorry.
Yeah, as soon as you sit down in the plush chair inside the room, the queen's head bobs up, and she just starts to fizzle out of existence.
He leaps forward and tries to catch her.
No, he grabs air.
So confused.
Bro,
Step back
I
out.
saw red X. I had to press it.
And so now I'll put my hand on the thing and think of this, because we all met this Ferrus guy, and I will vividly think in my mind of that person.
Okay. And you place your paw on there, and inside the room, you hear a hello? Excuse me.
Excitedly, Jeffrey turns around and looks at the others and signs, "Now ask him where he lives."
Where do you live?
I don't think I would tell strangers that. I'm sorry, I haven't caught your name yet.
He's gonna
I'm gonna walk as
pop
close
his
as I
head
can
in.
to the ogre again. I'm just gonna circle around his legs.
Jeffrey will sign to this guy, but I don't know if he'll understand. But I assume he's seen us before. And
Yeah,
he's actually
messing
he's
stuff
gonna
up.
grab the letter first if he can,
Oh, not
and show it
isn't
to
what-
him.
my bad.
Right? This illusion of him can't fix Adüné, so we have to go find him. But if we can figure out where he lives, we can go find him.
Oh,
right
wait,
now
did
we-
Ferrus appear?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
Ferrus
drew
is
him.
in the room.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I don't know how I missed
Are you
that.
good? But he can't like help us now. I'm just trying to get him to tell us where he lives so we can go to him.
Yeah. Where can we find you?
I'm sorry, but I don't think I could tell strangers where I live. I'm
Yarl's?
Sir Ferrus Tellus. Who might you be?
I'm gonna
Yarl's
write that
gonna
down.
walk up and because the Rawlsons stand upright, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Around corner. So yeah, Yarl's gonna walk up and put his two front paws on, because Tellus is sitting, right?
Yeah.
Is Tellus sitting down in a chair?
Yeah, he'd probably actually he'd probably be standing at this moment, just in front of the couch, kind of alarmed at being where he's at and not knowing all of that. You know, not
Oh, okay.
high out of the mouth like the queen.
Yarl's gonna walk up to him with and put on his best like Puss in Boots, like cat eyes with the ears down, just like the sad.
Do
like,
the Puss in Boots. Yes.
Yeah, and it's just going to like, this is urgent, sir. We need to find you. You're in grave danger. If we don't find you, bad things will happen.
I'm right here though. Very
So
confused.
will
Your wife and children, they're in grave danger. If we don't find you soon, bad things will happen.
This is a dream. You're sleeping.
I honestly
This is an
don't
omen.
have to. And he's gonna try and like walk past you out of the room as if he's just trying to leave the room in this situation as cordially as he can, and he's saying, "Yes, sorry, I don't have those." And as he gets to the threshold, presuming none of you stop him, I'm guessing, right?
No.
He just out of existence, and the room resets. Seems like the crystal glows a clear.
Oh fuck.
Well, that worked.
But I turn the paper around and I point out his name that I wrote down. Now we have a name.
After he'd introduced himself to you guys, you know that.
We did get a name. This is true.
Hell yeah.
More than we had before.
So now we just have to go find a carriage like we saw that we rode in before, and then show the carriage this name. Also, we need Adüné.
Do we
You
need,
guys would
or do we
probably
need to find what's his face?
Adüné is probably in your possession or in that room that you guys were all going in, portaling into. Actually, probably would be in your possession just for safekeeping. You guys probably wouldn't have left it in the room for those reasons alone.
I don't know if we would have, right? Because like the party went to sleep and they sent us on these missions, right?
Right. I would think it would still be up there, just like locked in the room.
Yeah, I don't think
But-
I don't think we
Aren't
would have
smart
been
enough to
trusted
take
the
things
whole
with us.
portal.
That's true. We should just go.
Yeah, no.
Not think about
That
it.
would not have been our concern.
Very excited about the name. Jeffrey's gonna jump to his feet and point at the door and jump up and down. Let's go, guys. We've got a plan.
Yarl's gonna find that energy contagious and follow along.
I will then also do the same exact motion.
We sprint through here. If there's anything that has been cleaned up, I'm gonna knock it down again.
The janitor definitely
That has
just
quickly
grumbles
changed.
as you're walking.
I will be the one that runs a circle around the janitor and then leave.
Yeah,
Alright.
Gets.
Boom, boom, boom.
You guys walk outside of the pink plush pig onto the street.
Try to find or spot a one of the fancy carriages.
Yes, a carriage.
And-
We need a carriage.
Yeah. Carriage.
I'm going to say this really, really loudly over and over again. We need a carriage. We
Carriage.
need a carriage.
Carriage.
As
Jeffrey's gonna crouch down behind something and begin hunting for a carriage.
We need a carriage. Carriage, 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 carriage. We need a carriage. We need a
As you-
carriage.
Carriage.
Carriages.
Carriage.
are just go carrying on there. You hear, and you kind of all your ears perk up to a what looks like a mechanized horse off in the down the street coming your way with a solid whirring, humming, buzzing sound coming towards you.
My eyes dilate.
Carriage.
I prepare to pounce.
Yarl's gonna freak out, right? Because this is like a
Jeffrey
real
is at the
weird sound.
ready. I'm gonna jump on top of one of the pig statues out of fear and be poised and ready to attack.
Yarl's just gonna back up to. I'm assuming this is some sort of wall. Gonna back up
Yeah.
until there's like a wall at their back.
Yeah, there's like a hut of a wall there. So they keep on motoring through. No one seems to stop them.
I'm just gonna
Wait,
yell
do we
carriage
remember
again.
the other one being like a mechanized horse?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Would this have sparked our memory as the one we're looking for?
No, this is
Okay.
very new, and
This
the
is not what the other one looked like.
not at all. But it does kind of skid to a stop with a bit of a screeching sound at the and it head comes out from a window that opens up and goes, "Did someone ask for a carriage?"
I'm gonna turn to Rarl and I'm gonna yell carriage.
Jeffrey's
Yarl's
gonna
gonna say
jump
that's
out.
not a carriage.
Usually you stand in the street for the carriages you call. It's very lucky that I even heard you over the roar of the engines.
Jeffrey's gonna
Yeah, I was
pounce out
just-
of hiding and run up to the side and like jump onto the side and like right up next to the guy.
Oh,
And hold
hello,
up
this is
the
real
hold up the piece of
suspicious.
paper to him with the
Oh, with
guy's
the
name
name.
on.
He goes, okay. You would
Points
like
at it.
that's a person's name, Sir Ferrus
Do
Tellus.
you know person name?
Yeah, he's kind of famous, especially in the fabricators world, which I'm from. You can call me Jethro.
Jethro. I'm gonna smell the mechanical horse.
Can you take us to him?
I probably could. Do you have an appointment?
Yes. Yarlson's gonna just Yarl's just gonna roll it over. Yes. It's urgent. We're late.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Hop in.
I'll hop in.
Jeffrey's
Yarl's
gonna ride
be
the
real
horse.
hesitant. Yarl's gonna be real hesitant. This thing sounds real weird. I'm gonna hiss once or twice. And then eventually
Is the inside
jump up.
plush and soft or no?
The inside is very plush and soft.
Exciting.
That is
And he's
exciting.
actually oddly facing you guys instead of facing the road.
Oh.
on
Yarl's
the
still
inside
rolling
In car.
And there's like 3 sets of benches, but he's sitting on the back set. And there doesn't seem to be anybody sitting in the front set. And he's like, "You're just in for a treat. I've been testing my self-orienting horse."
I'm just gonna tilt my head to the side, like, what the hell did this guy just say?
Are you ready?
Self.
Everybody settled in?
Use my claws to dig in to whatever I'm sitting on, so that I am
It's probably one of us. That's
secured.
Ow!
Climb up onto the roof.
Oh, that
And then
was
put my head back down and then sign to you guys, "It's better up here."
probably unnecessary. I hope he's got some straps that he's using up there, because I was about to take off. We're going to be there in about... He looks at some sort of ticking thing on his wrist, and then he goes, "Oh, just about 3 minutes, about 1/16 of the time. And let's go." He just like sticks his hand out the window and taps on the side of the car, and you see from outside of the car, Jeffrey, that the mechanical horse rears up and just pivots on its back legs and swings the whole carriage around behind it, like it's weighs less than air, so everybody inside of it is shifted around, except it seems like Jethro, who's been strapped in 9 ways to Sunday into this thing. He's got harnesses up the top and the bottom, and probably even holding his legs in.
Oh
As
shit!
you guys are just swung off to the other side of the carriage, and it just down to the down to the edge of the Red Ring district, and then over the bridge into the wall of the city into the factory district, which is much grungier than where you were. But a little bit different than what you remember, as the transport was a little bit slower before, but
Definitely slower. This whole time, Jeffrey's on top, claws fully sunk into the roof of this thing. Just a cat in a car.
like a cat siren.
Yeah.
And Jethro actually says, "Oh, this is kind of nice. People are getting out of our way with that sound. Maybe I should get one of those installed."
Gets a Jeffrey installed.
For all intents and purposes, this carriage here is the one that you guys were on. I didn't actually copy that one over. I realized before I get over to this map, and I don't feel like going back over there. But you, the carriage slides to a stop with a goes up on one wheel before it slams down, and goes, "Well, you've made it back here. Do you know where his offices are?"
No.
Could you point us in
Where?
the direction?
Any and all
Well-
information's helpful.
He usually works just through that courtyard there in this, and he points to the northeast a little bit, inside of a large building that seems to be connected to a bunch of other buildings that are pumping out some steam and smoke. You assume factory work and such. It's usually where you can find him, unless he's sleeping or eating. Then you can find him just next door at his estate. Well, more of a shoebox of a house, but I'm not going to tell my boss how to live.
What time is it?
Oh, and he looks back at his wrist. You've got the hour of 10 and 2.
So would Tellus be sleeping?
No, probably be at his desk. He's mostly chained there.
Perfect.
Chain him to
Thank you.
his desk?
And with that, Jarlson's just gone. Just jumped out of the
We need to
carriage.
free
Fuck
him.
that carriage. wants to go.
We shall free him from his chains. And I'm gonna run after.
Bye-bye.
I'll turn around and hand this dude a handful of whatever of money. There's a running theme. My characters don't remember things, and they're bad with money, like me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was just wondering. He looks down at his palm, and it's just like a handful of sardines, probably, and just looks back up like, thanks. I hope you find him, and you're meeting
Jeffrey
on
nods.
time.
He nods and runs away. That makes total sense. He wouldn't even think money is money. Fish is money.
It's precious to us, so it makes sense.
And it looks like which one are you?
Yarl.
Yarl. Okay. I could. It doesn't give me like a. I noticed that Jeffrey had put a green dot over his head, so I can distinguish him at least. But there's no distinguished features for me from the other side. I just see cats flying around on my screen. I'm like, I don't know. So
How do I
Yarl.
do the dot?
Right, or if you click on it and you see the little like icons, the one at the bottom that's a circle that looks like a button. If you click that, you can add like different icons to your thing.
I'll be blue.
I'll be purple.
All right. All right.
Oh, I put an X on it. Whoops. Here we go.
So
I
Yarl
lost my brother.
seem to have recalled the path most fluently.
I don't know where he went, bro.
And this is where we
Running around.
Is
come
this
back for
Tellus?
Grarl's side quest. No, I'm just kidding.
Did he say dead ahead? Grall's running around. Dead end.
Is this the token for the Tellus? I forget what he looks
Yeah.
like.
Yes, it is.
I saw colors.
Hold still for 1 second. There you go.
Ah.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna walk up to Tellus, and I'm gonna grab his hand with both of mine. I'm gonna be like, "You must help us."
Jeffrey.
And he was like in the midst of like doing some sort of calculations you see on his paper. That's about all you get because there's math, and numbers are above
What's
you,
math?
beyond. Yeah, exactly. And he goes, oh, excuse me. Yarl? Grawl? I don't know which one you are. I'm sorry.
I'm
Yes!
just gonna look at him and say yes.
Oh, okay.
Said my name.
Anyways, I didn't catch what you were saying there. I'm sorry. Have you been here for a while? I've been quite engrossed in my understandings of Dragon's Breath and how to capture it for the Queen. Do you have a request or something before you go off on your journey?
Yes.
This is the ship guy, right? I'm gonna
Yes.
turn.
Yes. I'm gonna say our dear friend is trapped, and we need your help.
Oh,
We must
You-
untrap her.
that does sound ominous. Are they like under a boulder or something? Should I go get some horses?
No, they're stuck in a bottle.
Oh, it must be very small then.
Genie in a
It's a
bottle.
magical kind of stuck. We think.
Oh,
we're not sure.
well, that makes far more sense why you've come to seek my help then.
Yes. So our friend is a ship, and the ship is in a bottle, and we need to get the ship out of the bottle.
Huh. He kind of like takes his glasses off for a second. He looks up and starts chewing on one of the ends. he goes, well, what an interesting conundrum you have there. Do you know perhaps how she found herself in the bottle? And
Nope.
follow-up question, is she sentient?
That's a big word.
Say, do we know what that word means?
Does she speak to you?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Ah, well,
She's very nice.
that-
Very funny.
makes the question far more broad. I don't mean that in the feminine sense.
Yes.
Thinking. And he puts his glasses back on. And he starts running his hand through his hair. He takes the notes that he had been writing on with some sort of math problem, and he kind of like dog ears it in the book that he's working on. Flips to the back where there's a bunch of till he gets to some more scrawlings, and then he starts scrawling in this ununderstandable text. It seemed to be some sort of glyphs and such, and then he picks it up, holds it in the light, turns it sideways, and then starts to like rub the page and then peel it off of the page and then blow some life into it as it takes shape into a into like this graph form in the air. And then he goes, about how big would you say the bottle is? And he starts drawing in the air of like about so big or about so big. And he draws like a full bottle or half bottle.
Oh. I don't have a good
Jeez,
answer
boy.
for this.
Yeah.
If only we brought it with us.
We just look at each other. Well, we can
Have any
carry
of us
it. It's in
ever
a backpack,
seen the-
right?
Yeah. Have any of us ever seen the actual bottle?
I mean, I just know that it's in Mime's backpack, and the cat is real obsessed with it, so it can't be too big.
I want to make like a
Yeah.
general motion to be like, yay big.
Not bigger than us.
Okay.
Not small, but not bigger than us.
Oddly, that helps. Okay. So he draws kind of like a form in the air that's moderately larger of a bottle, just to be sure. He seems like he starts spinning it around inside the air, and then he takes it and turns it to the front, and he goes, about. And how is it closed? Is it corked? Is it capped?
Jarl's gonna look over at the other two.
I don't think we've ever seen it.
It's got to be corked, right? Bottles are corked.
Cork. Yeah, we'll just say
Got to
cork.
be a cork. Just like has to be.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, we'll just guess.
It's what makes sense.
Yeah.
We
Whoever
all
had a
nod
capped
along.
ship in a capped bottle.
Okay. Well, that's going to make some of this a little bit more difficult, I guess. But you make a good point. Most places around here do use corks. It is only in this city that we've been finding uses for caps and other things. Anyhow, so he like sits. He leans back against his desk. He's not sitting down. The desk is up at a standing height, and then he takes the floating image that he's faced towards you all three, and then tries to like float it around and set it on the desk, and then stands it up though, and he goes, so is the ship oriented on the bottom of the bottle or more vertically in the bottle? And then he turns the bottle on its side and sets it down inside. That seems to be the usual orientation of such things. Does that seem right?
I think so.
Okay.
Like it's
And then-
sideways.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jarl's gonna put their hands up and be like, has to be sideways, right?
Yeah, we all like are looking at each other and we're like, that makes sense.
And
Okay.
nodding.
This
As
would be
soon
a
as
lot
one
easier.
person's like, "Yeah, we're all jump on the bandwagon."
Yeah, pretty much.
It'd be a lot easier if you'd taken some snapshots. Do you know the snapshot spell? It's quite simple. I could teach it to you for the future.
We all look
Ooh,
at each other. We could become
spell?
wizards.
Magic?
Yes, yes. It's a simple, very simple spell.
Ship.
Jeffrey turns to the others. Why don't we just bring him back with us?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yarl's gonna nod.
Yes.
What are you yesing about? I didn't understand his gesturing. I'm sorry.
Come with
You
us.
should come with us. Come see the bottle for yourself.
Oh, well, that would make things a lot simpler. I do have to finish up some work here. Could I perhaps meet you in a few hours somewhere?
What work do you need to finish? Can we help? More hands makes less work. And the Jarl's gonna hold up their paws and give them like jazz hands.
I don't mean to be rude, but I'm not sure those hands are suited for such work.
Oh.
Is it
Well-
because we don't have thumbs?
Opposable thumbs.
You bastard.
Always.
Speciesist.
Well then. I suppose if there's nothing we can do here, how will you know where to meet us? Do you know where the Pink Plush Plague is?
Oh, certainly. It's the most popular club in all of sORCrates, but I know where it is. I've just never been there myself. Don't much usually have the free time.
Well, we are sleeping. The bottle is in the Pink Plush Pig in a guest room. That is where. So we will wait for you outside.
Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna have to give me at least until after afternoon here. Well, after midday, which is at least another. And he says a time that would be appropriate for that world, but it's like 10 minutes in art.
That we need to tell. So Adüné is the ship. Adüné is our dear friend. Very excited for her. Is there anything that she should do to prepare? Is there anything we need to do to prepare her? Should we,
Well, it sounds like it's at least reminiscent of some sort of enchantment of a bottle, and obviously, you could imagine at least that a individual had somehow gone through the process of enlarging or unenlarging either the ship or the bottle. So my only suggestion would probably be in a space that she could fit after coming out of the bottle.
so we need to take her someplace else.
Outside of the city. Or up on a roof.
Well, no, we want to take her
She's
to
just
the
a
water.
regular ship yet, right?
Yeah, she doesn't fly.
So we...
Not yet.
Okay.
So we need to take her. So wait, where in the water should we take her?
Well, if I might suggest, you could probably head to the port. It's where most ships dock in the city.
Yeah, but is the port nice? Is the water fresh? Is she going to be happy
She's
there?
gonna like it there. She's gonna get bullied. The other boat's gonna bully her.
Don't think there's many sentient ships there. It's
So
very
she's gonna
odd.
be lonely.
Oh, so she's
What
going to be
about
lonely.
crabs?
Well, I mean, unless you're planning to utilize her, I probably wouldn't do this unless you're planning to utilize her. It's quite a ritual. It takes quite a while, and
I turn
to
to the
put her
others.
back in the bottle, so to say, would also probably take quite a while and quite a ritual.
Yeah, no. We want her out of the bottle. We want her
Oh,
to
I mean,
be able to roam the open seas.
It sounds like at least if she was in the bottle, for after you've gotten her out of the bottle, you'll probably want to put her back in, to bring her along with the rest of your journeys. Unless it's always going to be on the sea, I don't know how you're not
I
on the scene
suppose we
now.
should. Well, so I'm not sure anybody asked Adüné her feelings about being in a bottle before this. I know she does not like being in the bottle right now. I don't know if she'll want to go back in.
Were we present for
Maybe
the
we should cross.
negotiations?
Yeah, maybe we should cross that bridge when we get to it.
Well,
Do we
it
know
might-
that the plan was to turn her into a flying ship?
We should. That's been talked about
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, that was something that was talked about during the negotiations. It was part of the reward for the Dragon Breath exchange.
Oh yeah. So Jeffrey's gonna sign to the others. Tell him that we're going to see the dragon after this, and we need to put her into a place of port where we could get there. Would like the port, leaving from the port, allow us to get to the dragon?
Do you know, good sir, if we can reach the Red Dragon from the port? This port you speak of?
Which red dragon are you trying to reach? Oh, wait. You're part of the Rum Rollers, aren't you? You're trying to reach Shandar, I would assume.
Yes.
Then you'll most definitely want to head to the southwestern port. That's the main port of the city. Although you could be more dramatic about it if you wish, and head to the market district and go for a splash from the cliffs of the market district.
Personally love the sound of this. Make a splash and cliffs, but is that safe? Is Adüné going to be safe?
Oh, there's been a few ships launched from there, usually on their first berths as a christening of sorts.
So she won't be damaged.
It's a small drop as long as the crane does its job.
Adüné, I'll love it. Let's make a splash. I'm going to turn around and look at the other two Rawlsons and see what they think. Splash,
Not
splash.
vigorously, and make a big splash motion.
So, shall I meet you at the edge of the cliffs in the allotted
Yes,
time?
market district. Market district
Yeah.
it is. We will meet you there.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. That might take me a little bit longer if I'm not meeting you just outside, so plan on, say, next session.
Yeah, I was saying, and how? I was going to say.
Yep.
I think this is a good time for us to make it back to the pink plush pig and because I don't know if we want to talk to our compatriots before this happens and let them know
Right.
what we're doing. And then
Probably
next
should.
session we can take Adüné to the market region with them and return her to her natural state.
I think so. This is a good utility session of just getting
Yeah.
stuff done.
Is there anything I can
I
knock
am
off
so
the table
proud of
for one
us.
last go?
Say that again.
Is there anything I can knock off a table?
There's lots of things that are on tables.
I'm gonna knock something off of the table that I'm next to.
And Sir Ferrus Tellus just goes, well, that wasn't nice.
Sorry, it's a habit. Things on the no. Anyway, sorry.
Well, I've got the perfect thing for that. You should check out my new product. And he goes under the table and he grabs a what looks like a bottle, but with some sort of weird trigger on it. And he goes, "Go ahead and try and knock something off the table now."
I will do exactly that.
You go to reach for it, and he starts spraying you with the bottle.
We all flee.
Yeah.
I'm running.
Shit, I'm out. See you at the market.
Okay, well, you know where to find me if you ever need any odd magical products, he says as you're running away from the spraying bottle.
Nice.
Cool.
We
Had to get one
accomplished
last
more
one.
in this session with 3 Chaos Cats than we do normally in a regular session.
So proud of us.
I love playing
Chaos
chaotic
Cats.
characters.
Dude, I love I hope we get to do. I like this as a side quest, like as a
I know, me
one-off like
too.
filler. Just like you were saying, like Pikachu goes to the city. Like so I've watched. I don't know if you guys have watched the Ghost to the Shell anime. There are also these supporting characters called Touchcomas, and they also have their own like adventure episodes, and they're great. I feel like
love that.
this is a very good filler adventure.
Yeah, for sure.
Sort of, like, game.
Yep. And it's also perfect when you have less amount of people because, you know,
Less turns.
that's ideal for such a small thing. But these guys will eventually get all their own character growth, and it'll be so nice.
I also think be extra fun if like these like sessions keep happening where we utilize these characters, and like so the different people in the game, like they're played by different people every time. So they like grow
Yeah.
each time, but like in slightly different ways.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have
I
split
like that.
personality.
Yeah, I think it'd be very fun.
That's how I feel like cats are. Depending upon the day, they're just different persons.
Right.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
All right, good shit. Fun times.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna jump off here and go try to get some sleep. I have to get up early tomorrow. But
Yeah.
this has been good times.
Glad you
All
enjoyed.
right.
Thanks for running.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Maybe I'll do this for something like this for my one shot.
All
Just a
the
bunch of-
Rawlsons, the whole extended family, cousins, and all.
Support this. This would be great. If everyone's
Loose in
just
the
a cat.
city.
Yes.
Ooh. All right, nerds. Thanks for the game.
All right.
Yep.
I'll talk to
Yeah,
you later.
thanks.
Bye.
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 A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.